everyone, welcome back to Bitcoin Money Talks, your weekly dive into everything happening in the BTC space, while also giving you valuable education about Bitcoin. This week, September 22nd to 28th, we saw heavy liquidations, bold corporate moves into Bitcoin, and macro forces shaking the market. In 10 minutes, I'll walk you through the headlines, what moved price, and what to watch next week. Let's get into it. Story 1. Massive liquidations and market sell-off. The week kicked off with a massive wave of $1.5+ billion in liquidated positions across crypto, primarily long positions, making it one of the biggest liquidation events in 2025 so far. Bitcoin dropped approximately 2 to 3% during that period, testing support zones around $112,000 before recovering somewhat. Analysts point to overcrowded long bets and weak technical support levels as the catalyst for cascade selling. Story 2. Strive acquires Semler plus BTC Treasury move. On September 22nd, Strive, backed by Vivek Ramaswamy, announced an all-stock merger with Semler Scientific, valued at about $1.34 billion. Alongside, Strive revealed it is buying 5,816 BTC, approximately $675 million, as part of its treasury strategy. Post-merger, the combined entity would hold over 10,900 BTC, positioning it among the larger corporate holders in the space. This move reinforces the trend of companies treating Bitcoin as a treasury asset, similar to MicroStrategy's model. Story 3. BTC versus gold and market sentiment divergence. During the crash, gold hit new highs, suggesting a shift toward risk-off assets, while Bitcoin and equities wobbled. This divergence is notable. When traditional safe havens rally as risk assets stumble, it often signals caution across markets. The relative strength in gold may show investors hedging against uncertainty. Story 4. Altcoin broader market. Ethereum also saw heavy losses, down approximately 9% during this liquidity purge. XRP and other large-cap altcoins were not spared, showing downside pressure as broader crypto sentiment turned sour. While our focus is Bitcoin, altcoin weakness often correlates with market stress and can help confirm directional bias. So, how did Bitcoin fare by week's end? Price tested and held near $112,000, which appears to have served as a short-term support zone amid volatility. The volatility throughout the week was heightened. Swings were magnified by forced liquidations, weak support structures, and momentum shifts. Sentiment cooled. Many traders were forced out by margin calls, and fear spiked, making any rebound more vulnerable to follow-through. Business Insider institutional/corporate activity remained a key undercurrent, e.g. Strive's acquisition, showing that while retail may be getting shaken, deeper capital is still being deployed. Upcoming events and news catalysts. Keep an eye on U.S. macro data, inflation prints, CPI/PCE, and any Fed commentary will impact risk assets. More corporate treasury disclosures could surface. Companies might follow Strive's lead. Watch for liquidation/derivatives rebalancing. Price fluctuations near key zones could trigger cascades. Monitor whale behavior/large wallet flows - big transfers or accumulation can presage moves. Altcoin/ETF developments. Any new ETF proposals or altcoin surges might ripple back into BTC. Bitcoin price analysis, daily chart. As of September 28th, 2025, price $112,203. A. Current structure. Bitcoin is trading around $112,000 after bouncing from the $109,000 to $108,000 support zone. Price is still below the $116,000 to $118,000 resistance zone, which has rejected BTC multiple times this September. Above that, the next major resistance is $123,000 to $124,000, multi-month supply zone. B. Key levels and scenarios. Support zones, $108,000 to $109,000. Strong demand, held as recent bounce area. If this breaks, next support lies around $105,000 to $106,000, not on chart, but previous base in June/July. Resistance zones, $116,000 to $118,000. Near-term ceiling, multiple rejections, $123,000 to $124,000. Macro resistance, supply zone from earlier this year. C. Market outlook. Bullish case. If breakout succeeds, a strong daily close above $118,000 could open the path to $123,000 to $124,000. Break of $124,000 would likely trigger momentum buyers and open a run toward $130,000 plus. Bearish case. If rejection continues, failure to reclaim $116,000 to $118,000 may send BTC back to retest $109,000 to $108,000 support. If $108,000 breaks, deeper pullback likely toward $105,000 or even $100,000 psychological level. D. Bias and trade plan. Neutral bullish bias as long as BTC holds above $108,000 support. Bulls need to break $118,000 for momentum shift. Bears will regain control only on a daily close below $108,000. Where do you think Bitcoin will head next? Will it hold $112,000 or test new lows? I'm curious to hear your read. Drop a comment below. What's our Bitcoin Weekly News Recap for September 22nd to 28th. If you found this breakdown useful, go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss next week's edition. Thanks for tuning in. Stay sharp, stack smart, and I'll see you next week.